gonna set the text speed to fast because obvious reasons. Am I good to give a countdown? Okay. I'm going to give a countdown, so we're going to be getting started in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So, welcome everybody to Pokepark 2. I already introduced the game. It's a sequel to the first game, Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure. Also a title on the Wii. So, the game starts off here. We have a bit of story-based cutscene involving Reshiram and Zekrom, who are the two main legendaries of Pokemon Black and White, which are the two first main series Generation 5 Pokemon games. The fourth game was released after Gen 4, so it has Pokemon from Generations 1 through 4. But this game was released after Gen 5. So, there's only one new generation of Pokemon since the last game. So there's going to be a lot of focus on some Generation 5 Pokemon in this game, and that includes having Reshiram and Zekrom in the story. And they're being kind of vague at the beginning, you know, that kind of trope of vague legendary beings being vague about world ending. So we just kind of have to master this cutscene until the game starts, which is after this loading screen. We're going to be playing as Pikachu here. Pikachu is our playable character for this run, and our best friend is Piplup. So these are our two characters, and you're going to see something I'm going to do immediately here. Yes, this is an official release. This is an official game made by Nintendo as a sequel to the previous official game. So what I'm going to do here is you're going to see me jumping a lot. You have a dash button, which is your one button. I'm holding the Wii Remote sideways for this game. That's the control scheme. There were commercials for this game. What are you talking about? I hold the Wii Remote sideways. One is my dash button. Before I talk to some people, though, you're going to see me pressing 2 to jump. And the reason I do that is because when I jump... also, by the way, these are very useful. But when I jump, or when I keep dashing, and I go up to someone, I can't talk to them, and I'll eventually just run into them. I'll just dash right into them, and I don't want to do that. So, what I do instead is jump when I'm in front of them, so that as soon as I land, because when you see, as you see, when you jump, you have most of your speed from your dash. But when you land, you won't be at dashing speed until you, dash again. Press the dash button again. So you can use that to talk to Pokemon, still moving as fast as possible, without having to run into them like that. Which, as you see from that, bonking into a Pokemon can kind of be a bit slow in its animation. Speaking of which, that was a skill game called Chase. One thing you can do in this game is make friends. And what you can do when you make friends, to make a friend, you have to usually play a skill game, which is either a chase, which you saw there, you have to run to the Pokemon and catch it, or you play a game of, okay, I didn't want to do that, or you can play a game of battle, which is a Pokemon battle. There are a few Pokemon that give you quizzes, but there are not going to be any in this run, actually. If you watched my PB attempt like a week and a half ago, you would have seen a quiz, but there was recently a route change in this game by another runner, Deathline77, who's gonna be doing, who's actually gonna be running this game this weekend for the Pokemon Speedrun Marathon. But they recently made a route change in this game to route out 2 Pokemon, which one of them is the worst set of luck in the entire run, and the other is a very long quiz. So I'm not paying attention here because I'm busy talking about Deathline, but what I'm supposed to do is introduce to my battle moves, because the Timber is gonna be my introduction to battle. So when you control a Pokemon, you have 3 moves. When I hold down the 1 button, which you might remember is my dash button, I will charge up electricity. And Timber is training by trying to make people hit him with their strongest moves. So we have to hit him with a bolt of electricity. So we use Thunderbolt and we initiate a battle with Timber. In a battle, well, you have what's called a dash combo. I already talked about the dash, but if you dash into a Pokemon, if you press dash against a Pokemon several times in a row, you'll initiate a dash combo where you keep doing melee attacks against the Pokemon, and it'll do a lot of damage. So a lot of the time it's going to be great, because especially as you might have seen, Timber was falling down. At the end of a dash combo, or when you do enough damage with other attacks, the Pokemon will take enough damage, kind of, to fall down and be stunned. And that can be a good opportunity to get some attacks ready. And that's our little tutorial area. So we have a bit of an unskippable cutscene. So I'm going to talk about the game a little bit more. So, as I mentioned earlier, this game is going to be featuring a lot of Generation 5 Pokemon for the main part of the story, because the last game came out between Generations 4 and 5. But this game came out between Generations 5 and 6. So Generation 5 was the only new generation that came out compared to when the the prequel came out. So there were a few changes. Originally in Pokepark 1, the A button was the Thunderbolt button, and that was actually changed because of a mechanic you'll be seeing about 20 minutes in. But it's changed now to be holding down 1. However, the combat isn't gonna be used. The projectile is barely gonna be used in combat, so you don't need to worry about having that. So you see these zones. The first game was split into zones, kind of like the last game, except there was some sort of middle area. This game's a lot more confusing about how its middle area works, but this game will be better. No. The other game had a center area. This game was kind of weird on how the middle area works, but it will make sense. But for now, you're just seeing this cutscene of all these birds flying through Pokepark and all of these people. And there's us. So that tutorial area, we actually cannot enter that area ever again. That's it. So we make it to Seasong Beach, where people have told us we should go to Seasong Beach and play together. But it seems like a lot of people on the beach are having a meeting. So we're gonna go check out what they're having a meeting about. And once Piplup runs over there. We have to watch that animation of Piplup waddling all the way over there. And then we have to dash all the way over there ourselves. And then the cutscene plays. So this is Krokorok. He's going to be a major character in this beginning part of the game. Krokorok is advertising a new place to us. It's called Wish Park. All you can eat cake. What sounds amazing. Everybody's convinced that it does sound exciting, so we're going to be checking it out. So it's gonna take 10 berries to enter Wish Park, so combined with the fact that we're gonna be paying for Piplup, we need 20 berries. We have enough berries, actually, because if you remember I talked about skill games earlier, every time you win a skill game with a Pokemon, they'll give you a certain amount of berries. And berries are going to be useful in this run, so we're going to be routing out our Pokemon that we get, our berry count, and some extra chests with berries in them, to make sure we have a good enough berry count to buy some upgrades throughout the run to our speed and to our attacks. This is Oshawott. He's another major character who immediately tries to take from 10 berries from us to get into Wish Park. And it seemed kind of like a weird, kind of justice-y character. Seemed busy, too, according to Piplup. That we'll talk about, but we'll talk about what makes Oshawott kind of important a bit later, when he actually becomes important. Okay, and then there's a Krokorok. So we're gonna pay the 20 berries. You can't get Soft Lock out of this part of the game because you can't buy anything else, and you'll automatically get 20 berries from Piplup and Timber combined to get into here, so game design. I love the dark undertones of Pokemon games. But now we're going through the portal to Wish Park, so we're going to see what this place is all about. And it looks pretty, if you ask me. It's got all these nice places. Got all these nice faces. Got cake. Gotta have cake. We were offered cake. Game gets pretty dark, actually. Not gonna lie, Meow Mix, so this could be a dark one. Not as dark as some of the other ones. The main series games get kind of wild. I like the way this game works, though. So this is Wish Park. We have a lot of cutscene in the early game. I can't really dispute that. The early game here is not very interesting. There's a lot of cutscene and story going on. And so just a lot of Wiimote mashing. This is a Gothita, whatever you want to say. I'm probably gonna switch between saying Gothita and Gothita, whatever's easier for me. But she is part of the Wish Park crew, so she's going to help us get some dang cake, I guess. Oh, the music is super ambient and spoopy. That can't be good. So we hear that the cake is at Coffagrigus' attraction. So let's talk about that. Let's just get right into it. So attractions are a major part of this game. Kind of not. I don't think it's as focused on attractions as the first game is, where there's a lot more attractions. But if for those who haven't played the first game or don't know about the first game, in the first game, the story was you needed to get 14 prism pieces in order to keep the Sky Haven or Sky Palace or whatever it's called, I forget, from falling on Pokepark and destroying Pokepark. And to get a prism piece, you had to win it by playing an attraction, which was basically a minigame. And the way that minigames work in the attractions, is they're a bit more grander of minigames instead of just kind of shaking or playing some 30-second racing game. They're a bit longer and a bit more major, however there's less of them. And they'll all serve a purpose in the story soon, but for now, they don't. But for now, we just kind of have to play some to get some cake. I mean, yeah, Coffagrigus has a lot of hands, so I think that amounts to being a pretty good baker. So this first minigame that we have, Cake Contraption, is going to be motion control based. The first time you play this minigame, it actually doesn't matter what your score is. I could actually get 0 points here, and the game would still let me off the hook, being like, hey, good job, you did it. I'm not going to do that because it's a marathon run. I'm going to be playing the game. You know, let's have some fun while we're here. But you can do that. One thing I actually did during practice recently, practicing the new route that I mentioned earlier, Deathline 77 came up with, was I was just going to stop at 6,900 points. But I accidentally shot a golden watchog and went over 6,900, so I guess I can't do that. So yeah, there are these green shells, which are worth 100 points. The red ones are worth 300, and then the green ones are worth 100. The red ones are worth 300, and then the gold ones are worth 1,000. So that's the minigame. That's actually not the full version of the minigame. We'll get back to that a bit later. But for now, that's all we're gonna be playing. After this loading screen. Yeah, the loading screens in this game are really cute. So, we're going to be told by Panseer not to eat the cake. And apparently Panpour, our friend, Panpour, has been acting a bit strange. And so has everybody else ever since they've eaten their first cake. And they've gotten obsessed with it. And, that's not good.
Gosh, Coffagrigus. Gosh, Coffagrigus.
Here's Coffagrigus. We basically learned that if you eat the cake, you turn kind of crazy and hypnotized and want to just eat all the cake forever and never want to leave Wish Park. Also, Oshawott back. So, Wish Park is actually kind of evil. What a twist. Worth it for the cake. Worth it for the cake. Hashtag worth it for the cake. Aw, yeah. Alright, so Oshawott been searching for missing Pokemon, actually. And we learned that, Wish Park is trying to trance people into having fun forever. And trap Pokemon in here forever. Did stream die? Did the stream die? Okay, so I don't know who's here, but for everyone who is, I don't know what's going on right now, but what I did, if you missed it, was a fight against the Yamask. Oshawott fought Cofagrigus, well, we fought the Yamask, and that was our introduction to Iron Tail. Iron Tail is a battle move. It is our third battle move between the Dash Combo and the Thunderbolt. We also have Iron Tail. We shake the Wii Remote to use Iron Tail, and it kind of does a sweeping move in a circle around us. We used it there to kind of get rid of the Yamask quickly, because just one slap can get multiple away in a go. And oh my god, you're kidding me. He tripped. The idiot tripped. So not only do we have missing Pokemon on our hands, we now have Piplup gone because he tripped like a dummy. How are we gonna get through this one? Does Pikachu dance in this game? Why, yes he does. We'll get to that one later though. For now, Pikachu is sad because his friend tripped like an idiot and got stuck in Wish Park. Piplup saved some cake for me. Oh my god. I hate you. Alright, so now we learned that, hey, we need to save Piplup. We don't learn that, but we're like, hey, you have to save Piplup. So... Oshawott tells us here to go see Samurott, who is the area keeper. So, as I mentioned earlier, similar to the first game, this area is kind of split into 4 areas. This game's kind of split into 4 areas. Each area has a few different sections of it. So we're in Seasong Beach of the Cove area. And each area has an area keeper. And in this area, the Cove area, it's going to be Samurott. So Oshawott tells us to go to Samurott, which we're going to do because we're good Samaritans. Is that thunder? Is it thundering? Stop that. I don't like it when you do that. You know? Okay, so Oshawott basically tells Samurott what Wish Park is and how you can go there. And tells us, and Samurott's basically like, Oshawott's like, I can figure out this case by myself. And Samurott's like, no, there's a limit to what one Pokemon can do. If this Pikachu beats you in a battle, you have to let him join you on your quest. So we're gonna battle Pikachu. Or, no, we're gonna battle Oshawott. What am I saying? So the strategy here is I'm gonna, at the end of a dash combo, I'm gonna just hold down Thunderbolt. So I can get a cheap hit on. When a Pokemon is down, there'll be a little bit before he gets... When a Pokemon is climbing back up after you knock him down, they'll have invincibility frames. But there's a little bit while they're lying on the ground, where you can still hit them before they get those invincibility frames. I don't know the exact time of when Pikachu dances right now, but probably in about an hour. But yeah, there's a little bit of time when they stay on the ground before you can get them up, and you can get attacks off during that time to whittle down their health a little bit. And so now we learn about our new mechanic. In this game, which this did not happen in this first game, we can switch between playing as 3 other Pokemon. We're going to have a total of 4 different Pokemon to play as in this run. If you can't guess who those are, I'm sad. But the first one we have unlocked here is Oshawott, the best of the Gen 3 starters. Gen 5 even. Why did I say 3? Excuse me, I'm the biggest idiot. But now we have a Lamamala. A Lamamala apparently knows who, where Krokorok is. And Krokorok probably knows about Wish Park as the person who led us into Wish Park. So we're gonna hit a Lamamala in the face. So that Lamamala will not only be our friend, but tell us that Krokorok is over and trying to convince the Cove Town people to go to Wish Park. So we're gonna go to Cove Town because we don't want Krokorok sending more people to Wish Park to get hypnotized forever by Cake and go missing. Hi Maractus, nobody likes you. So I'm actually gonna be switching here. This might not make sense because hey, having someone with better movement options seems good. And that's true. Oshawott does have better movement options. Oshawott can swim, and that's his special ability. He can. That's the thing. And Pikachu can't. However, each of them have different run speeds. Run speeds can be upgraded, but each of them do have different run speeds. And Pikachu's non-upgraded run speed is faster than Oshawott's non-upgraded run speed. So we're actually going to want to play as Pikachu a lot because run speed. Okay, but it's like meth cake, though. It gets you addicted. You don't want people doing meth, do you? It's drugs disguised as cake. That's what's going on right now. So we need to get to Cove Town. But the bridge to Cove Town is broken. And, you know who doesn't have their hammer? Timber doesn't have their hammer. Because guess who's not the brightest? Timber. Now, we're going to go into this section here, the lighthouse, because that's where the hammer is for some reason. And here's a bit of interesting thing. Okay, so each of these areas, each of the 4 areas, the Cove area and the other 3 areas in the game that I mentioned. I gave up. The other 3 areas that I'll get into all have these kind of not really 2D, because you can move within a very limited 3D space. But basically 2D platformer sections. And in each of these, as you see, instead of zooming in the camera to go to the character selector, it actually, okay, please. It actually just fades to black the screen, and then goes straight to the character selection. So it's actually a little bit faster to switch characters well inside these little sections. So we actually want to make sure we're optimizing when we switch characters, and which character we have out at the end of each thing. Is that the Crusher from Nier Automata? I can't say it is, because I've not played Nier Automata. But now we have the hammer, so now we can go give Timber his hammer. And while we're doing that, I'm going to tell a little story. So you see that beach ball to my left? If you give a beach ball to any of the Patrat here on Seasong Beach, all of the Patrat will become your friends. So, a little bit of a spoiler. You need to befriend a certain amount of Pokemon in this run. For a reason I'll explain later. I somehow managed to avoid giving spoilers. Those Patrat are the worst bit of luck in the whole game, because all of them can be on the opposite side of the beach clearing from where the beach ball is, and you'll have to walk all the way over, and then they can just choose to run away from you back to where the beach ball's normal position is. However, fortunately, thanks to one of the aforementioned routing changes by Deathline77, it is actually possible to make it through the game without friending those Patrat. So we do not need them anymore. And here, eventually, I'll hit the loading zone for Covetown. Whenever you get close enough to a loading zone, you'll have the ability to be like, hey, you'll have the ability to like click a button and it'll send you to the it'll send you to the area. But either way, we're in Covetown now. And if you remember who else is in Covetown, Covetown. That's right, Krokorok. So I should talk about Oshawott, because they're obviously related. So as I mentioned earlier, Pikachu has a different moveset. Oshawott also has a different moveset. And actually, because it's a Pokemon game, types from the normal Pokemon games actually exist in this. So, we're going to be switching to Oshawott here because, you know, it's a ground type. So it's probably a better battle a ground type with a water type than an electric type. So Oshawott has a similar set of moves. Every character has the same type of moves, you know, a dash combo, a projectile, and then one of those, like, circular moves. In this case, we have Water Gun instead of Thunderbolt for the projectile, and that was Razor Shell instead of Iron Tail for the circular sweep move. And since it's water type, yeah, the battle just goes a lot quicker. So, we learn from Krokorok that they were kind of bribed, is the word I'm looking for, to promoting Wish Park to people, and in return, they were getting lots of berries. They're very useful. However, they didn't know exactly what was happening when the Pokemon didn't come back from Wish Park. As it turns out, to open the portal, we need to gather all of our friends and wish the portal open, hence the name Wish Park. So that's where, what I talked earlier about the Patrat, we need to make certain number of friends so that we have enough friends to wish the portal to open. So now that we know how to open the portal, we can go do that. But before we go do that, we have one more friend to make, and that is the Patilil. The Patilil are one of the best parts of this game. So, that's right, we have to play a game of chase where we have to catch the Patilil by the time they count to 2. This is an actual part of the video game. God. So now that we've befriended Patillo, we can go over here to the poster portal and start trying to wish it open. Let's open the portal and save Piplup. To open this portal, you must, yes, so you must combine all your power with the power of your friends. So, this is what it's like to open a poster portal. We're gonna have a kind of mini-game type thing here, where we're going to, after the loading screen, get all of our friends around the poster portal, which you're gonna see in this cutscene. And what we need to do is shake the Wii Remote. We have to fill up this bar by shaking the Wii Remote. And we have to fill up the bar within 15 seconds to have enough power, friendship power, to open the portal. So yeah, as you can see, that was kind of a tight shake there. That's the power of not having Patrat with you. Patrat was originally, as I mentioned, a friend you made in the route where you had to hope it was in a good position and take a beach ball over to the Patrat. But now, without the Patrat there, it's a bit of a faster and less luck-based segment of the run. However, that shake is much harder. You can't speed up the shakes. It doesn't just end as soon as you... The shaking minigame doesn't just end as soon as you get enough points. You actually have to, like, go all the way through the 15 seconds. You can actually reopen poster portals. When you get to the post game, you can enter Wish Park as much as you want. And you can also play the shaking minigame for fun. And it actually tracks your high score of how much friendship power you use to open a poster portal. Like, it actually tracks that. My shaking process is a little weird. I am holding it vertically when I do that. Okay. So, now we have to go back to cake contraption. So, we learn now by Coffagrigus that ringing the wish bell, which you see that bell up there, will return all the Pokemon of the cake zone of Wish Park to normal. So, we're going to try and defeat Coffagrigus' cake contraption attraction to get back the Pokemon of Cove Town, of Cove area. So we have to play cake contraption again. If you remember earlier, so we have a target score this time, unlike last time. So this first part is the same. We have a minute, and we have some pointer shooty here. So not much going on. Just me shooting the pointer. So you might see I don't have the target score. However, that's not the end of the game. This is why it's the new and improved cake contraption, because we now have 80 seconds to frost the cakes. So what happens in this part, oh, why did the button stop? Hello? Thank you. Okay, that was scary. Everything just kind of stopped working for a second. That's not a thing that usually happens. I think the sensor bar is messing up. My sensor bar hates me. I have the target score now, so if it happens again, it's whatever. And then this is the last time in the run I even need the sensor bar. So, okay, please. Alright, there we go. 55,700. That smashes the target score of 30,000. So that's the last time I need the sensor bar in the whole run. Awesome. So we conquered the improved cake contraption. However, Cofagrigus is insistent on not letting the wish bell ring. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna fight him. We're gonna fight him. So each of these boss fights is kind of these major attraction guardian boss fights are two-parters where the first part you have to do some sort of gimmick, whether it be getting to the end of a course or destroying a cake or some sort of thing relevant to the attraction, and then the second phase is going to be a basic Pokemon battle. So the first part here is going to be the cake. We have to destroy the cake that Cofagrigus is on, and the strategy for this is do 2 dash combos, do 180 around the cake, and then do 2 more dash combos. Nothing will ever hit you or knock you back, and you'll just knock down Cofagrigus' cake. No problem. And then you get into the fight against Cofagrigus himself. What Cofagrigus is going to do here is get hit. Before his attack can even attempt to do anything, we're going to be able to hit him with a dash combo. And he is not very strong. He will be stunned like halfway through the dash combo. So yeah, that's the very rare chance he'll actually be able to hit you. And okay, come on. Alright, there we go. Well, you know what, Meowmix? It's okay that that cake could have hypnotized a bunch of Pokemon, because you know what? Now that Cofagrigus is gonzo, and we've won the fight, we're going to be able to ring the aforementioned wish bell and free all the Pokemon of Cove area. Oh, that's not it! Ah. Because there are 4! There are 4 wish bells. Wait, that's a spoiler. I don't think we learned that until the next zone. Shoot. Alright, I'll just talk more about the story. There are 4 wish bells. There are 4 zones in Wish Park, just like there are 4 areas in Pokepark. Shout out to Espeon. Loading zone, loading zone, loading zone, loading screen. I'm not saying the right word. Okay, no. Here's where we learn. Here's where we learn. 4 zones, Wish Park. Wish Palace is the center area. We have 3 more Wish Bells to ring. There we go. That's the story. Gothitelle. Gothorita. Gothorita is Gothorita is the evolution of Gothita, and so is very obviously higher in power than Gothita is. Gothorita kind of tells us to stop, and we're like, no. 4 zones in Wish Palace. So for now, we just decide instead of trying to do stuff because we can't, we're just gonna go back to Pokepark and report our discoveries to Samurott. So we're gonna and Reshiram's here. Reshiram's gonna talk to us because we're destined to save the world or something. What's happening in Wish Park is just the beginning. We're destined to save Pokepark from this disaster. We don't know what disaster is happening yet. That'll be explained later. Yeah. Alright, that was weird. I don't know why I did that. Alright, back through the portal, though. That's where we were. Alright, so. Met a big white Pokemon. In the Field of Flame. Hey, it was probably Reshiram. It was definitely Reshiram. Zelda's... It's a PS2 game. You should probably download FFX. I mean, you also have Quest for Glory after this, which is over an hour. So, also we get introduced to Drifblim. Drifblim is the best character in the game. Drifblim will give us lifts from one area to another. For free, too. Just a free, quick transport. In any area of the game. Except for Wish Park, obviously. Alright, so now that we know we need to go to the other zones of Wish Park to get to the other zones of other way around. Now that we know we need to get to the other sides, zones of, or areas of Pokepark to get to the other zones of Wish Park, we're gonna try going to some more areas of Wish Park, of Pokepark. And the first area we're going to be trying to go to is we're told to go to the Arbor area. Arbor is a nature word. I don't go outside. I don't know what it means. Also, when we get back to Gold Town, we have Pansage and Panseer and Panforth thanking us for saving them. Okay. This is Blitzel and Duwa. We are going to friend both of them. Right now. Like, they're important. So, Cove Town is kind of the main hub of the game. You see Crocodile over there? Crocodile is going to be important soon. For now, I'm just going to befriend Blitzel and Duat. No way! No! Oh! Ah, okay. We have Blitzel as a friend now. So, as I mentioned earlier, you can upgrade people's speeds and attacks, by giving them berries. Since Cove Town is the main hub of the game, that's where it is. What am I trying to say? Blitzel is a all-purpose, so all 4 characters will upgrade the speed of all 4 characters. Duat, and then there's Raichu already here, and we can also befriend Duat. Duat will upgrade all 3 attacks of Oshawott specifically. So Raichu will do, Duat will do, Oshawott, all 3, and then Raichu will do Pikachu, and then 2 other characters will do the last 2 playables. I should mention that the playable characters are referred to as pals in the run. That's the word they use. So we're going to befriend Duat and actually level up Oshawott's because Oshawott may have a slower speed than Pikachu, but does have a stronger base attack. And that actually is where I'm going to reveal in this run. Oshawott is going to be, in most cases, there are a few exceptions which I'll talk about when I get to those, and usually it's based on Pokemon type. But there are a few points in the run, except for a few points in the run where Pokemon type kind of clashes, we're going to be using Oshawott for a lot of battles. So now we're going to try and talk to Crocodile to get the Arbor area gate open. And so we're going to be introduced to Audino as well. Audino we're going to be introduced to is a kind of healer, as they also work in the normal games. After this moment involving her in the story, she's actually going to be the person that can upgrade our HP. We're never gonna do that. So
Crocodile.
now we have Audino over here. Crocodile's gonna battle us. Crocodile only wants to show off to Audino, so Audino will think that he's hot. But also, quote, wants Audino to be here in case we get hurt and need healing. But we just kind of own him to the ground. One dash combo and a Razor Shell. So after that battle, we get that gate to the Arbor area open for us.
Can I drop in with a donation?
Yeah, go for it.
We have $10 from Justin Pepsi Man, and with no message.
Well, thank you.
Quick message about the marathon. This is Runs to Reunite, benefiting Races, Texas. They are a not-for-profit organization that raises money specifically to help immigrants at the border. These proceeds will go directly to their LEAF project, which is specifically raising money for children who need to be reconnected with their families, either due to either due to them being deported, the parents being deported, or the parents being in custody and the children being sent to a different facility. The organization is working tirelessly every day since this started to reconnect people, and every dollar matters. So, and for every dollar that or anybody who donates the minimum of $5 is entered into a draft for a Poochie Wool amiibo, a Mudman Funko Pop figure, and a boxed Shovel Knight amiibo. Both amiibos are boxed, so they have not been used. Same with the Mudman Funko Pop. So, there you go.
Alright. Thank you. So, we reunited, speaking of reuniting people, we just reunited Magikarp with the water. So we befriend Magikarp in this run. And actually, as soon as you activate the ability, as soon as you say you'll save Magikarp, you can actually either pick him up and throw him into the water, you can place him in the water, or you can just dash right into him and he'll bonk right into the water. And that's the fastest and the most entertaining way to do it. And so now, here we learn, in the Arbor area, that the poster portal to get to Wish Park in the Arbor area is ripped. And so we can't use it right now. And so we want Snivy to tell us who ripped the portal. So they maybe will know where it is. We need to look for Whimsicott. Whimsicott's over here. So we learned that Whimsicott took the... Where are my words? Whimsicott took off part of the poster portal to Wish Park and used it as an invitation to a berry party.
Bishar.
So we need to go to Verdant Court to talk to Superior, who will probably know about the berry party's invitation. So we're gonna go find that knowledge by going to Verdant Court. Go to Verdant Court in the Arbor area? Yes. So our Verdant Court is a very interesting area. It has some of the meanest and most interesting stuff in the game. The beginning of the run, though, the first time we go here, it's just the mean stuff. After this, we're gonna have the interesting stuff. Oh no. I don't want to make puns with David and chat, because I know I'm just gonna cry by the end of them. Seismitoad, it's kind of scaring me. Alright, but now we need to talk to Superior. Because Superior knows where the invitation would be. And... we learn that Deerling has it. Fetch quest, fetch quest. We talk to people to get an invitation. So if we're gonna go forcibly take an invitation to a berry party, we better have some dang berries to show for ourselves. So we're going to go Twistja Oshawott quickly, and in the middle of this lake here is a chest that has 200 berries. Oh yeah, when you're close enough to a water ledge or something, or a character, an NPC, you can't switch Pokemon, so I need to be away from that. We're going to switch back to Pikachu because the aforementioned run speed. Even though we didn't upgrade it, we befriended Blitzel. And Blitzel was actually important because when we talked to Blitzel, we learned about Shake Sprinting, which is something you can use in every chase game as soon as you befriend Blitzel. Shake Sprinting basically makes your handling awful, but increases your speed. So we're going to be trying to use that in every chase game we have for the rest of the run, including this upcoming chase game with Snivy. We're going to say yes to being pals with Snivy, under the one condition we beat her at chase. This is one of the worst chase games in the run. That's the theme of Arbor area, is that it just has the worst chase games in the run. However, with good enough movement and good enough Shake Sprinting, we'll knock out Snivy fairly quickly. That was not very good. You can get her in like 3 seconds, but I guess that was not great. So, hey, Snivy. Pretty good character. Okay, my fans. They're being loud. So Snivy, it's going to introduce us to Snivy here. We have the dash combo, obviously, and then there's also going to be Leaf Tornado is the shake move, the circle that I mentioned, and then Leaf Storm is going to be the projectile move. So, with that, we now have to go into the tree stump because Deerling told us that the invitation to the party, which we need, is in here. The chest is all the way up there, so we just have to get there as fast as possible. Just like every other time limit in the game, it's 90 seconds is extremely generous, so we don't need to worry. I wait until I'm in here to switch to Snivy, because Snivy's field ability is not only is she naturally the fastest character in terms of movement, but also she has a little special double jump thingy she can do to gain some height while moving. Also, in these bonus sections, these 2D section area things, you see these platforms, they need to be activated with Leaf Tornado. So we're going to do that. Get up here. And, okay, I missed that cycle. I think I can... Okay. You can make that while the platform's still moving. If I had gotten up there a little faster, I could have made the optimal cycle, but while the platform stopped at the left, you could still make it to the platform from the elevated ground and get to the chest as fast as possible. And so, yeah, so we're going to be playing a Snivy a lot when we're not battling, so when we're chasing or just moving around, because as I mentioned, she has the fastest base movement. So right now, this is the fastest running speed we have. And coming up, actually, is the first battle we have since we get Snivy. We're actually not going to be switching to Oshawott. We're going to be playing as Snivy while we fight Seismitoad here. Because Seismitoad is a water ground type, which means he has a 4 times weakness to grass type moves. So we just have to do 2 Leaf Tornadoes, and the fight is over very quickly. And we make a friend out of that. Which, hey, friends are good. We need those to open the poster portal. So, yeah. We can now befriend Sunfisk, because that was the friend that Seismitoad was waiting for. We're not going to. And I know I feel bad for nobody when I say that. Alright, and then go to Windmill Way, back to Windmill Way from Verdant Court, because we have the piece of the poster portal that is the berry party invitation. However, before we go open the portal, we're going to befriend a few more Pokemon. The first one I'm going to befriend is over here. Get away from me. Dead. Mankey is dead now. So, Snorlax wants us to bring Cottony because I think he is accusing Cottony of stealing the berries that he collected for the berry party. So yeah, Cottony can drop these little clouds behind him that will stun you. So that's an awful round of chase. Still doesn't move too fast, so can get it fairly quickly, even with, if you get hit by just using a good Shake Sprint. Snorlax and Cottony are now friends, but we still want one more before we go in there. And that's Whimsicott. I can't see Whimsicott's right in front of the portal. Okay, which I want to know where Whimsicott is because we have a little bit before we talk to Whimsicott. Because before Whimsicott, I'm going to go across this lake. And there's a chest up here. With Snivy's increased height jump that I mentioned, you can make it up here perfectly fine. And you can get that. 200 more berries. So we have a lot of berries now, which is good. Berries are nice. Need Oshawott again to go back through the portal, or to go back over the lake, I mean. Gonna switch back to Snivy because run speed, and we're about to play basically the meanest game of chase in the whole run, which is against this Whimsicott here. Whimsicott is the evolved form of Cottony, so this is just a worst version of the Cottony chase. We got good luck here. So, when a Pokemon initiates a game of chase, it'll try and head away from you by heading in a certain direction. And with Whimsicott here... Okay, I messed it up. So Whimsicott here can run around the tree, and when he runs around the tree, Pokemon will not, like, back around in this game. So they can't, like, do a 180 and just get away from you. They follow a certain path based on where they go. So if Whimsicott has to circle around the tree, that's really good, because you can get them while they're circling around, and they can't really turn around or do anything. Unfortunately, he turned around in the direction where Snorlax was kind of in the way, so I kind of got messed up by that, but this time I still messed up. Yeah, this is the worst chase in the game, as I mentioned. Okay, I got Whimsicott on another lap around the tree here. God damn it. I'm gonna lose this game. Unless I get, like, really lucky in the last 3 seconds. So yeah, worst chase in the game. Alright, another good bit of luck, though, with Whimsicott running towards the tree. Gonna stop Shake Sprinting here to get ready for the turn. Okay, why is this happening? I don't know why I'm skidding to a stop there. Alright, this is infuriating, because, like, this shouldn't be happening. Alright, I don't know if you're gonna run across the bridge. The bridge is, this bridge is not as good because it's a bit of a longer run, but there is another turnaround here, which I can finally use to smack him. Alright, there we go. We have Whimsicott now. Alright, so with Whimsicott out of the way, I'm going to switch back to Oshawott. Because as soon as we place this, get away from me! Why are you attacking me now? Alright, so as soon as we put this poster portal on, we're actually going to have a battle with Bisharp. Which is why I wanted to put the, which is why I wanted to switch to Oshawott before putting the poster portal on. Because Bisharp thinks we're trying to kidnap Snivy and tries to stop us. So if Gooby is in chat, we're gonna get to the dancing minigame pretty soon. Just like a few more battles. There are Pawniard in this battle, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mess up the strat because I'm not allowed to play this game correctly today. But hey, that's the fight. So if you do that fast enough, you'll get all of the Pawniard immediately without having to, before Bisharp even finishes charging his attack, and then you can just tank his attack by moving forward, and it won't knock you backwards, and then you can stun him with a dash combo. But I didn't do that right because I'm awful, I guess. And then we learned that Zoroark basically fell into the same trap that Krokorok did, where was kind of bribed to advertise Wish Park, and then learned about the evil schemes of Wish Park. However, Zoroark was not so lucky when it came to getting out of Wish Park. So we're gonna go in there, look for Zoroark, also try and ring the Wish Bell. Alright, so here we have another poster portal shake minigame. Alright, cool. So now we're going to be going into the dance zone. Okay, so I didn't switch to Snivy before entering Wish Park because we're gonna have to battle Zoroark here as soon as this cutscene ends. So we don't even have a way to switch before, you know. We didn't even have a way to switch before the battle against Zoroark here. So Zoroark, I'm gonna jump this way and mess up the fight because why not? I think I can still do this. Yeah, no, never mind. This is awful. So what you're supposed to do is dash combo over to this direction because as you see, Zoroark's an acrobatic fella here, but if you are able to back him up and hit him against this wall, his little backflip won't go as far as it usually goes, and you'll be able to not have to end your dash combo. And we basically learned what was kind of given, that Zoroark was really tough to control, but he was mind controlled by Wish Park. We freed him because he sucks. But now we just have to take down the attraction. I have to re-befriend these Pokemon. We gotta do that first. Important. Yeah, you already missed Cake Contraption if you were just joining us now. However, you did come just in time for the best part of the run, which is going to be the second attraction in the run. We have Dance Inferno. If you guys have played Just Dance ever, it's kind of like that. It also is like that in the sense where we can kind of like not put any effort into the minigame and just shake the Wii Remote half-heartedly at the right time and get enough points. And like I am awful at this because the motion controls in this game are kind of weird with the dance moves. So whenever you try and actually dance to them, you'll get a lot of not enough points to beat the attraction. But I mean, hey, you get to watch Pikachu and Lopunny dance to one of the most banging tunes of ever. So, hey, nice. Make sure to @Count Gooby. So, I should mention what's going on right now, and that is, well, we're trying to take down Chandelore's attraction and take out the Wish Bell. Zoroark mentioned that he was told what was going on by Piplup, and so we need so that he's going to find Piplup while we're going to be taking down Chandelure. So that was Dance Inferno. You can play that with 4 characters. That's right. Once you beat an attraction, you get the ability to play them with up to 4 players. Now that that's over, we're going to have another boss fight, so we're going to take out good old Pikachu. That is not Pikachu. Was he floating? Was Oshawott just floating? I can't be the only one who saw that. We're playing as Oshawott. Is the ground elevated or... That happens. Pokemon just float sometimes. I don't get this. So Chandelure. Phase 1, we're going to have to destroy all of the party equipment. These things will die in 1 Razor Shell, so I'm just gonna get them all around me and do a Razor Shell, because they'll actually just die to 1 anything. But Razor Shell is good because it hits all around me, so if I don't get smacked by a light like I did there, it's great at just destroying everything in 1 go. Eventually, though, the speakers will come at us, and the speakers take a little bit more than just kind of 1 tackle to destroy. They take a full combo. Fortunately, if I do this, I can get them around the same area to the point where I can just use, like, 2 combos and get that down before anything bad can happen. And then, Disco Ball. Disco Ball is the worst. We just kind of had to stand here and keep dash attacking, and every now and then he'll roll into us, which is, like, really hard to get out of the way of if we're already in the middle of a dash combo. But after enough of a dash combos, we'll get him out of there, and we'll have the fight against Chandelure himself now.
Sure.
So we're going to start off with a dash combo. I should mention, dash combos do have type relative to the Pokemon. I don't think I ever mentioned that. So, Oshawott's dash combo, as you can see, it has a water-looking aesthetic to it. It is actually a water-themed dash combo. And that was too early of a Razor Shell. But that is the fight against Chandelure. Very easy fight. And after this loading screen, we're gonna have some more dialogue. And this is Gothitelle. Also Gothorita and Gothita, but they're less important because we are introduced to Gothitelle now. Gothitelle is the top of the evolution line of Gothita. So Gothita, Gothorita, Gothitelle. And Gothorita's basically the second in command. Basically, the only person higher than Gothitelle in power of Wish Park is the leader. So, That's the one thing. As this kind of gets more serious of a case in the game, we will be introduced to higher up characters. But Zoroark filled out his half of the promise and found us some friendo. Piplup's here now. And Gothitelle is actually not gonna be fighting us, despite the fact that she can probably murder us in like 0.3 seconds. But yeah, she prefers not to do the fighting herself, is the reason given. Which is kind of a dumb reason. I'm gonna be honest. But it's the reason given. So I'm gonna respect that. She does not like fighting. And we're just gonna go on our way and ring the second wish bell, which is right up here. And that is the second area of the game. So I have a cutscene where everybody's finally done being obsessed dancing. Because dancing is just so 20, not 18. I think she's a Pokemon torturer, if anything. But that's a story for another day. And Piplup gets jealous. So Piplup story. Piplup is gonna get kind of jealous of the pals we've made and is going to stay in Wish Park and not come with us. So that's not good. We don't like that. Pikachu does not like that. So now we're gonna head back to the Arbor area. Which is just around this bend. Go to the Arbor area? Yeah. Alright, so now that's half of Wish Park done. We're gonna be heading through this portal. Pikachu is mad. And he is Zekrom. So we already met Reshiram in the last portal. This is Zekrom, the other legendary of Generation 5. Main legendary, at least. Kyurem's not in this game. I don't know who else in this game. I think Thundurus, Landorus, and Tornadus are part of the post-game plot, but that's not important. We're not gonna be doing post-game. And Zekrom basically tells us the Dark Vortex, copyright, trademark, rights reserved, my OC, do not steal original character, caused by bad vibes. You know, get those good vibe streamers here. We need to counteract this. Basically, when there's disruption and unrest in the world, the Dark Vortex will come and swallow up the world. And it's emerging. So, that's, not good. We're a lot happier than we were exiting the portal, knowing that fact, however. Did you see that Pikachu face? Yeah. So, we learn from Zoroark, who was part of Wish Park for a little bit, that Gothitelle intends to try and befriend Pokemon from the Cove area, or not the Cove area, the Crag area. My bad, that's the wrong name. But the Crag area, in order to get some more people in Wish Park. And we want to get over there to stop that. Yeah, Pokepark 2. Seismitoad is Pokemon introduced in Generation 5, meaning he was not in Pokepark 1. Fortunately, this game is here to cover up all your Gen 5 needs, which is good, because Gen 5 is the best. But one thing we're going to do, before we continue with the story, is we befriended Blitzel a lot earlier in the run. We're going to upgrade the running speed of not only our fastest runner, Snivy, to make Snivy an even faster character than she already is, but we're also going to be upgrading Pikachu's speed here, which is actually kind of interesting. Pikachu's base speed is the second fastest of the 4 characters in the run, and upgrading Pikachu's speed will especially be important later in the run. I'm just going to spoil this now. There are going to be a lot of situations later in the run where Pikachu will either be... I hate you, Raichu. Pikachu's going to be more prominently featured, and there's going to be points where we're straight up going to be alone as Pikachu, and we won't have any ways of moving as Snivy. So Pikachu is very good to have a speed upgrade on for late game. But for early game, when we can still play as Snivy all the time, we don't really use Pikachu. Alright, so now dash speed for Snivy and Pikachu is up. So we're going to go over to Crocodile, who's going to unlock the Crag area gate for us. Alright, so this is the Crag area. So, this is Victini, and Victini is looking for a lost friend of his. Tepig is his name. If you know Tepig, this is foreshadowing. But to get into the Crag area to help us on our search for Tepig, we need to know the secret word, which is not only part of the Crag area motto, but it's also hinted as it's important, but not if you're alone. And that word is kindness. Courage and kindness. And we also learn about the battle tournament, which is a major thing here in the Crag area. Speaking of battling, I'm going to take out Oshawott here, because Bastiodon's kind of the gatekeeper to this area, but we can battle Bastiodon as well, which will not only make us a friend, but this is an easy fight, so we're going to take it on. And with that combo, Bastiodon's a very strong Pokemon, so it doesn't get stunned very easily. But with that combo, we can take him out immediately. Alright, and then we're going to switch back to Snivy. So yeah, battle strategies. We're going to near this cannon, and it's going to talk. Someone's inside the cannon. And Tepig is in the cannon. That's their name. And Tepig's the person we're looking for, because Victini was looking for Tepig. And so we wanted to help find Tepig. Tepig stuck in the cannon, got stuck while practicing his special move. So we're going to do the obvious thing in this situation, which is talk to this Daramaka who knows how to fire the cannon. I'm gonna fire it. Before we fire it, though, I'm gonna switch to Oshawott, because as soon as we fire this cannon, we're gonna get into a fight. So Oshawott is the best character to do the fight with, so we want to, you know, use them. Also, Pikachu gets hurt for some reason. I don't know. This makes no sense to me. It does not have any effect on any further bearings of the plot, but Pikachu gets dizzy during the cannon blast. And Tepig is angry now because we fired him out of a cannon. And that's just so incredibly rude to do. Like, how dare you fire someone out of a cannon like that? That's, like, awful thing to do. So he wants to fight us to show how it really felt. And yeah, no, we don't feel it. We don't feel it at all. We just absolutely destroy Tepig. Because, you know, we're a water type. Yeah. And then he has a good idea for a special move. He came up with an idea for a new special move. By getting fired out of a cannon. So he's not mad. And he invites us to join him to enter the battle tournament. Hey, the battle tournament's cool, right? We're gonna get mega famous for doing this battle tournament, right? Yeah. Alright, so. Tepig is going to become our fourth and final PAL of the run. Tepig is going to be the least used PAL in the whole run. We're gonna use Tepig maybe 3 times. 3 or 4 times. No, just kidding. A little bit more than that. But we're not going to be using Tepig that much. And the reason why is going to be apparent very quickly when we talk to Emperor here. So we talk to Emperor because we have a team now. And that team is our 4 pals, obviously. And so, but we need to do 2 tests to make sure we're eligible for the battle tournament. And those are the test of strength and the test of bravery. So here's the thing about Tepig. I'm gonna go all the way over to this rock and then switch to Tepig because only Tepig can break the rock. Look at how slow Tepig moves. Tepig is the worst character in this run because he moves so unbearably slow. To balance the slow speed of Tepig, Tepig is at base power level the fastest, or not the fastest, what? No. The strongest character. Does the most damage with his attacks, especially with his dash combo is really powerful, even at base level. But as implied earlier with the Oshawott dash combo upgrade, and the fact that we're going to still have Duat with us to upgrade at any time, we're still not going to be using Tepig for any battles, because we're going to have Oshawott with a stronger dash combo, basically at this point. So yeah, Tepig's just kind of useless to us. Treasure chest. Alright, so yeah. Once you get all 4 characters, these sections become really interesting because there's a lot of swapping. So a lot of use of each of these characters. Snivy's still the best one to use, though, because not only is Snivy the best for platforming because of the extra jump, but also Snivy is the fastest moving. And hey, we like moving quickly, don't we? Heat Crash there. I never explained Tepig's moveset because we're never going to use Tepig's moveset. But Tepig's moveset is Flamethrower for the projectile, and for the Shake move is Heat Crash, where he kind of does a ground pound, and there's this shockwave of the ground pound. I hope... I'm not even going to say that, because people are going to say just no for the need. Alright. No, I didn't press the A button. Alright. And after that, we don't need any other special character. We just need to jump over to Snime. So we're going to switch to Snivy because, hey, fast movement. and get the Bravery Beard. So that's the test of Bravery. The rock we broke earlier was the test of Strength. So with both of those tests completed, we are now going to be allowed by Embor to enter the battle tournament. And actually, we do have an ulterior motive for entering the battle tournament other than just Tepig wants to, and that is the Wish Park crew will probably be looking for strong Pokemon at the battle tournament. So hey, it's a good idea to scout that out and see maybe if they'll show up. But either way, we talked to Embor. We mentioned that, hey, we have Strength and Courage. We can enter this tournament. And Darmanitan will open the gate to the Coliseum for us. The gate is currently locked, so we need to talk to Darmanitan. And he will undo the lock of the gate. If you heat crash this switch without talking to Darmanitan first, as soon as you hit the switch, you'll get initiated into that cutscene. So it is faster to watch that cutscene than just hitting the switch. And the gate opens. So Victini. Victini has Victini's favor, which basically can power you up. Which we are offered, however, Oshawott mentions, hey, Tepig mentions, hey, we should use our own power to win the battle tournament. Which is a good idea. So we're not going to take the power. Although it would be nice, as Snivy mentions. Okay, I swear, this game is just mixing up my inputs. I'm trying to use Heat Crash, and it's trying to switch Pokemon. I'm trying to switch Pokemon, and it's trying to Heat Crash. Whatever. Here we have Rhyperior. Rhyperior wants our Bravery Beard, because he wants to enter the battle tournament, and not us. But a normal battle is boring. No way we lose. So what we're going to do here is a unique battle. This is the only one in the game that is like this. What we have to actually do to win this battle is knock Rhyperior off the platform. So, as you recall, by attacking a Pokemon enough times, we can knock it backwards and stun it. But that just takes really long, because Rhyperior is a very tanky Pokemon, if you couldn't tell from the design. So, what we can actually do is if we hit a Geodude into Rhyperior, he will get knocked back really far because Geodudes no self-destruct. So they'll explode on Rhyperior, which knocks him back super far. So by luring a Geodude over to us while Rhyperior is trying to use a projectile, we can just kind of combo Rhyperior off of the same Geodude. And self-destruct will instantly knock Rhyperior back rather far. So we can do that and just end the fight right there. There's a fly on my wall. Alright, there we go. I caught it in midair. There's no fly anymore. Don't worry. Alright, so now we befriend Rhyperior and Geodude. And we can finally make it to the battle tournament. So, go through here. Yeah, that was a really good, that's a pun. But yeah, no, that was a really good Rhyperior. And it looks like the battle tournament's starting without us. We suck. So we have this entrance. This entrance is the entrance to do battle. So we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna do something that you might not expect. I'm going to switch. I can't switch Pokemon right now. Let me switch Pokemon. We're gonna switch to Pikachu. Also, for some reason, if you need to move from Pikachu or from Snivy to Pikachu, or Pikachu to Snivy, in the character select menu, going through Tepig is a few frames faster than going through Oshawott. Alright, so we're apparently Hydreigon was supposed to battle Scraggy, but since we're here, our first round of the battle tournament is going to be against Hydreigon. So we switched to Pikachu here because Hydreigon is a dragon type. So using water, leaf, grass, that's the one, grass or fire moves, bad idea. Not a good idea. However, Iron Tail is a steel type. So even if everything else about Pikachu is electric based, steel type will do a moderate amount of damage here against Hydreigon. So we can combo him using 2 Iron Tails to knock him down and then getting in a dash combo and just keep doing that. And it is a very easy fight with Pikachu. And Scraggy comes in and claims that Hydreigon is part of the Wish Park crew. And wanted to win Victini's favor by winning the battle tournament. But he is part of the Wish Park crew. You're part of the Wish... Hexerus is also part of the Wish Park crew. So yeah, they've taken Victini by force. Double owned. And then he tells us about the way to open the power zone, the power zone portal. So the portal in the crag area of Pokepark. We need to imagine power. So having a lot of big friends. So what we're gonna befriend is a Breloom, because that's obviously the greatest thing to do. No, but actually, we don't really have enough friends to have enough friendship power to open the portal right now. So we're actually going to just play a quick game of chase with this Breloom. This Breloom actually kind of makes one of the most innovative chase games in the run, because he will actually kind of mix battling and chase and stop every now and then to throw Bullet Seed at you. Bullet Seed is completely very easy to dodge when you're running around in a circle, so it actually doesn't matter too much. You can still hit Breloom very quickly, and then once you have Breloom, you're going to have enough friendship power to open the portal. Also, that was really good luck with where Breloom was. Breloom's usually on that second loop, so having him right by the snow mound is the best luck you can have. And here's our group of 4 Pokemon that we befriended through this area. That we're going to use to open the portal. Alright, cool. So now we're going to be headed to the power zone. Which is going to be our 3rd zone of Wish Park. And it's going to have everybody obsessed with fighting people. Because, you know, the normal crag area was not like that at all. But yeah, everybody's obsessed with fighting people. It's a good pastime. Alright, so, we actually have a battle before the zone, the attraction. As explained earlier, Gothitelle doesn't really like doing the battling herself. However, she runs this attraction. So instead of doing a battle with Gothitelle after finishing the Power Zone attraction, we're just gonna have a battle with Haxorus after, or before the attraction, because we already fought Hydreigon, and Hydreigon and Haxorus are the two Pokemon of Crag area who want Victini's favor for power. And the reason they want this is, the reason it's explained is they're not very honest people, or Pokemon rather. They are strong, but they don't like doing the work it takes to get strong. So that's why they joined Wishpark, because they were promised more power if they joined Wishpark. Hey. Alright, so this first part of the Haxorus fight is pretty simple. As I just finished it now, you just kind of run. It's kind of just like a course that you have to complete. A lot of the Pokemon you can either just jump over easily, or their pattern will let you just run right past them. And then you have the fight against Haxorus himself. So, if you remember, the strategy I used for Hydreigon was I used Pikachu's Iron Tail because it was the only move that Dragon is not resistant to. So I'm actually going to give up after Phase 1, and then I can change Pokemon and start Phase 2 with Pikachu. And so I can use Iron Tail here, which is a good thing to use if you don't be bad. Which I do. I do be bad. As it turned out. So we just kind of run around him, getting Iron Tails in. We run around him because otherwise he'll slash us. Alright. And that was the fight against Haxorus. So. Now with those two out of the way, they're gonna try and convince us. They're gonna try and convince Gothitelle to give them more power, and Gothitelle just basically gives up hope on these two, and is gonna use Victini's favor for her master. So they're gonna try and take out Gothitelle and get the power. Yeah. And if that wasn't enough, so this is the master of Wishpark the whole time. This guy. That guy. No, okay. This is like one of the 3 text boxes. So text boxes in this situation always default to selecting no. And this is like one of like the 3 text boxes where it's actually faster to hit no. Alright, so Gothitelle, after all this, invites us to the Power Zone attraction. I'm going to switch to Snivy because run speed. Could have gone a lot better for those two. I agree. But, you know what's going to go for well for us is going to be Power Bash. Power Bash is the easiest attraction. It has the least... It has, like, basically... It's the easiest to meet the point requirement in for the run. All I need to do is get 10,000 points here, which, as you see, I'm going to do insanely quickly. Basically, when there's a Pokemon there, I need to shake the remote. And when there's a bomb there, I need to press A button to drop it into the trapdoor. And I can rack up a combo by just keep getting perfect hits, and that's not the right button to press. But as you can see, I already made it. Like, in a third of the minigame, even with a big mistake that ruined not only my combo, but lost me a lot of points, timing points, I still made it within, like, a third of the minigame length. Alright, yeah. I don't really need to do anything at this point. You just have Pikachu wave to everybody. Alright, I'm gonna start hitting people near the end. Because if there's a Pokemon on screen, when the timer runs out, you need to wait for that Pokemon to get off screen before the timer ends. So I'm just gonna keep hitting them now so that they get knocked down and the minigame ends faster than me having to wait for someone to hit Pikachu. So yeah. Oh, nice. Look at that end of the number. Nice. Alright, so that's Power Bash. Yeah, this game does have some weird mini. The last one's the best one. Trust me. But yeah, okay, so that was the Power Zone. Gothitelle, as promised, is going to let us get Victini back and ring the Wish Bell. There we go, there are the nice. Bing, bong. Alright, that's the bell. That's the wish. That's the wish bell. So now everyone's gonna stop fighting each other and go back to civilizingly fighting each other. Also, Victini's back. Yay, Victini. We saved the world. And here's where a twist happens. If we have Victini back, Gothitelle's taking Piplup. We all got played, basically, is what happened there. Alright, so now we can leave the Power Zone. Back to the crag area. Pikachu's mad. Look how mad. Tapping's even mad. So we don't talk about legendary Pokemon this time, but the Dark Vortex is finally... It already emerged, but now it is visible in the sky of Pokemon. There it is. It's dark. Alright, so that's not good, because the Dark Vortex will eat the world. We don't want it to do that. No, Piplup is jealous because we have more friends. Like, he doesn't like us because we have friends that aren't him, so... not, rather, Piplup. Alright, so, we can now unlock the gate here, to the Coliseum. To the arena, rather. So we can go through this gate whenever. It's a lot better than going through the side path, because the side path is take longer. Glaceon. I guess I should ask this to the people in chat. What's your guys' favorite evolution? Mine is Jolteon. What's your guys? I want to know. I'm curious. Alright, now we're gonna go back to Cove Town. Because Cove Town's basically the central area. These are some good picks. Yeah, water types are my favorite type too. So Vaporeon's pretty nice, but again, my favorite's Jolteon. Basically, as long as you guys aren't saying Leafeon, I'm not inclined to disagree with who you guys think is the best. But, yeah. So, we're getting our second dash combo upgrade for... what's his name? Oshawott here. So that's Oshawot's second dash combo upgrade. So that's a really powerful dash combo. Like, that's a lot of damage. We can still get another upgrade. We're gonna get one later. We just need a lot more berries for that upgrade. I'm actually gonna go say something here that I know a lot of people... I know there are some shinies that some people don't like as much as the originals because they just don't look good. But I actually think that shiny Umbreon is worse than normal Umbreon. That's just my opinion on that. Sylveon is... Grass is for sneeze. What does that even mean? Honestly. Oh, okay. Alright, so now we're in the tech area. So the thing we're going to notice very quickly about the tech area is that the tech area does not care about our missing Pokemon case. They just don't want any outsiders. So, we're gonna fight people. And Empoleon's a good one. So, Girder. Using some early Razor Shells before Girder stands up, we can actually get Girder in 2 cycles here. Perfect. Alright, and then we're gonna switch to Snivy to run over here. We're actually gonna be using Pikachu fairly soon. Girder's over here, but we don't need Girder. We need to use Pikachu to move this train. It'll be important in a little bit. And then once the train is moved over there, we're going to switch to Oshawott to prepare for the battle with Conkeldurr, who is this area keeper. I don't know if I ever said that area keeper, that Emboar was the area keeper of the Crag area, but the last area keeper of is Conkelder. So the battle with Conkelder is a fairly easy battle. Basically, very similar to Girder here. You'll be able to get a full dash combo in, which will perfectly knock him over. He does actually damage you with those stomps, but since we're in the middle of a dash combo, we actually don't get knocked back by the damage. So we don't need to worry about it, because if we do the fight correctly with the correct dash combos, we will not take enough damage to die before he does.
God Kelder.
Alright, so we explained what's happening to Conkelder, and apparently Girder said that a bridge is stuck on a broken bridge. So, Timber, being the beginning of the evolutionary line with Girder and Conkelder, is an apprentice to the two. So we need to go to Seasong Beach, where we first met Timber, and tell Timber, hey, we need stuff. So Timber is always going to be by the fountain. Some Pokemon positions are random, but usually when you load, they're about in the same spot. Timber's always by the fountain. So he tells us to go to the area keepers, which, hey, Samurot's an area keeper. So we're going to run all the way over to meet Samurot. Talk to him. We're gonna send messages to the other area keepers. This is like the first time they're working together in forever. We received the timber and cement to fix the bridge in the tech area that broke. And the black vortex is getting bigger. Dark vortex, my bad. Wrong name. That's no good. We should probably hurry. What do you think this is a speed run? So we need to go back to the train depot in the tech area. So fun fact about this game and how it works. Once you watch a cutscene, you can already skip it, but the game considers flying away from a new area as its own cutscene. So this is the only cutscene we're going to be able to skip of Driftlin, because this is the only area we fly out of twice. I hate this. This game. The Vortex does not have cake. I don't know what gave you that impression. There's actually going to be one other cutscene that's going to be skipped because we've seen the animation before, but that's later. So here's the train. For all of you talking about Pokepark 1 in here, this is Mawile. Have fun. Just think about Mawile. Just think. Just use your memory of Mawile.
God Kelder.
Alright, so we're gonna go up here. There's a cutscene here. I'm gonna try and activate it a little early by jumping onto the staircase from right there, instead of having to run around all the way to the other side of the staircase. And we need to go to the warehouse. So we learned that the poster portals were made in a place called the Scientorium, which was made in the warehouse. So we need to go in the warehouse to find the Scientorium to find the creator of the poster portal, because they could probably send us to the last zone of Wish Park, which would help us ring all 4 wish bells, bringing Wish Palace together, and putting a stop to the people of Wish Park. However, before we do that, we're not going to make a friend. We're going to just actually go back here. This back here is a chest full of berries. I think it's 500. Yeah, it's 500. So, we're going to switch to Oshawott because guess what we're about to do? If I switch to Oshawott and there's not water like directly next to me, assume I'm about to battle someone. Is basically the best advice I can give you. So we have Garlic here. I get out Oshawott because Ghost Ground type. This is not a Steel type. This is a Ghost Ground type. I honestly don't know what Pokemon is on at this point. I think one more Razor Shell. Okay, well I messed up the Razor Shell, so I'm just gonna go for a dash combo. And with that, Gollark is going to take this train, and... yeah! That actually happens. You're strong. Alright, so we want to get away from Gollark and the Gollet here so that I can switch Pokemon, please, to Snivy. Snivy's useful. But with Snivy, we can go into the warehouse, which is punnily named the Warehouse because, haha, shoutouts to David TKI. So this is Solosis. Solosis reads our minds. Alright, so, the Warehouse is the perfect showcase of why this game's physics engine would be awful for a platformer. We have to run across a lot of these tight things here. We can smack these levers in the face. But we need to get over to one area in particular, and that is going to be that door right there that you see. Is the way to go. That's the way to the Scientorium, which is the place I mentioned we want to go to. So let's go there. We're going to use Tepig here because we need to use Tepig's strong tackle to break the door. I Tepig see you in like an hour. I don't even know if an hour is an accurate amount of time, but we're not going to be seeing Tepig for a while because you don't use Tepig ever. So once we do that, this is the Clink line. Clink, clang, clink, clang. That's actually the names. I love them. But they are the gears that power the door to open the Scientorium, and we just accidentally freed them by breaking the gate. And Duosion is not happy about that. So we're going to be tasked with Oh yeah, the dialogue in this game is good. So the elevator to the sanatorium won't work without the Clink line. So we are tasked with finding all three of them. The first one is going to be Clink Clang. We're going to get by going over here and talking to him. Thank you. So that's one of them. We just need to talk to him and tell him why we need to go to the sanatorium, and they'll follow us. Under the promise that we only need to do it one more time. I hate this post. Why'd you have to say that in chat? I'm reviling. Alright, so this is Clang. He's just sitting here. So we can talk to him and convince him. And then we have to go back up to where we met Duosion. So this is Clink. Clink's in here. We talked to Clink. Clink is no longer in there. We have all the three Pokemon now. We can talk to Duosion and power the elevator to the sanatorium.
Bang.
Oh no. Alright. So, now we can go where we need to go. After we befriend all the gears, of course. We don't even befriend Duosion. Duosion's just there. Alright, so that's the elevator. We can go to the sanatorium now, in the tech area. Wow. How cool. So, right in here, we're going to open this door and meet the scientist. So this is Rhyoniclus. Rhyoniclus is the final form of Solosis into Duosion into Rhyoniclus. So, Rhyoniclus is the inventor of the poster portal. The portal that leads to Wish Park. And we tell him that the Dark Vortex is happening and we need to ring the Wish bells. And he's like, hey. We learn that, hey, if the wish bells stop ringing, basically what was explained in that cutscene is the wish bells kind of control time, and if they stop ringing, that will cause the Dark Vortex to appear. So that's why the Dark Vortex is appearing, because they're not ringing. And the poster portal behind us will bring us to the final zone of Wish Park that we need to go to and ring that bell in order to bring Wish Palace together, because that's what we need to do. And what we need to do, though, is since that poster portal, it's a beta of the poster portal, is broken, we need to go in the lab to get something for Reuniclus to fix the portal so that we can go in the portal. I missed the best cycle here. The best cycle would have been making the previous platform cycle. Again, with these platform cycles in these 2D-ish sections. Okay. Goodbye, Tepig. You're the worst. Gotta use some Tepig every now and then, though, to break these blocks. Alright, we're basically done with everybody except for Snivy at this point. We're gonna be controlling Snivy for a little bit here. But we need to bring this over to here. We're gonna throw this. Never mind, we can't throw this. I've never tried throwing that. But we need something to hit that switch down, because what we need to get for Reuniclus is in this treasure chest right here. Don't take everything I say literally, please, because then you're just gonna get on my nerves. So, yeah. But now we have what we need, so we're gonna talk to Reuniclus. So, this is interesting, because to open this poster portal, air quotes, portal, everybody has to concentrate on their dreams. Small Pokemon have big dreams. However, as it turns out, all we've befriended throughout the entirety of the Tech Zone, guess what? Guess what we've befriended the whole time? That's right, we've befriended a bunch of big guys and some gears. So, this is actually one of the new other reroutes. I mentioned Patrat at the beginning of the run, but there's also... We originally used to get Voltorb for this poster portal here. However, that was at the beginning of this week routed out, because that way it was faster. We didn't have to play a quiz game to make a friend to open the poster portal. However, this became a really hard poster portal shake minigame. Fortunately, I've literally learned this shake today, and every time I've done it, I've had 3 seconds to spare when I finished. So, I got that first try, which I was kind of worried about, because that's the hardest. This is probably one of the hardest parts of the route, actually. Or maybe not the whole route, but that's definitely the hardest of the shaking portions of the run. So, it's kind of, it can be scary now that we skipped Voltorb. But I got through it, so it's all good. Alright, so this is the Wish Park's final zone, as Ashalon mentioned. Hi, Umbreon. So everyone here is obsessed with flying. What? That makes no sense. So this is Diglett. We're going to be playing Flight of Fancy. Flight of Fancy is a really cool looking one. It has a space whale in it, so it's obviously the best one that there is. So this is kind of, we just kind of fly around and have to collect some gems to get points. We can also go through these speed rings, which give us a little bit of a speed boost. And if we go through all the speed rings, we'll obviously be moving as fast as possible at all times, which will mean the course takes slightly shorter. Also, this is the Space Whale Lord. But we'll obviously be moving slightly faster. So, We want to get in all the rings of it so that way each lap is as short as possible, and it's just a little bit faster. But yeah, as you see, I already had the score requirement for the minigame by the end of the first lap, so the minigame isn't necessarily really easy. Space Railroad. Once again. Also Space Float. That's less important.
Crustle.
Also, we just smacked Crustle out of existence. I'm sorry to everybody who likes Crustle. I think Crustle's a neat Pokemon. But in the last lap, we have the Seismitoad that constantly smacks this planet and reveals a ton of gems to us. I'm already way above the amount of points I need to win the minigame, but it's fun. So that was Flight of Fancy. We got 40,000 points over the target score. Good job, me. And so now we're gonna have a fight with Sigilyph. And actually, this is gonna be surprising. We're gonna be fighting Sigilyph with Pikachu. Because it's a flying type, that's actually it's not that surprising. But yeah, this is going to be a Pikachu fight for us, actually. So we're gonna run over there. We're gonna take out Pikachu. Alright, so the first phase here of Sigilyph's fight, we have to climb up basically this tower. If you remember the Haxorus fight from earlier, it's kind of similar to that, except this tower is just the worst in every way. Because the Pokemon here are a lot less stomp-based, which you might remember. Like, a lot of the Pokemon in Haxorus' climb kind of involve, like, stomping you. Here, all the Pokemon are about charging at you, which is an awful thing. There are also these parts. There's going to be a Seismitoad and later a Druddigon, where we need to knock them off of this land here. Iron Tail has the best knockback, so we're going to be trying to use that. Also, his body in the way, but technically he is supposed to be considered knocked off the platform. These guys, we can run past them before they start their attack. These guys take too long to charge, so we can just get past them. Don't. Okay, thank you. And then Druddigon here. Okay. So Druddigon has a lot less knockback than Seismitoad does. Same strategy though, so just Iron Tail a few times, knock him where you want him to go. The direction you actually hit your Iron Tail does determine which direction the Pokemon moves in, so you do want to be doing that correctly. This is not going well. Alright, there we go. And then once Druddigon is out of the way, you can stop doing a dash combo on nothing, and finish the first phase of the fight. So, that was the first phase of Sigilyph, and now we have the battle itself. Sigilyph's rune. Not only is Sigilyph a flying type, but Sigilyph is also a psychic type. So we'll have a lot of kind of ranged and mean attacks. especially will be moving rather quickly after taking damage here. Is a flying type though, so we're going to actually be hitting with a lot of Thunderbolts. As well as trying to sneak some Iron Tails and dash combos in when we can. Alright, there we go. That was a bad fight all around. Alright, and now we're gonna switch back to Snivy. And I'm gonna go ring the wish bell. Alright. So that's all 4 wish bells rung now. So we freed every Pokemon of Wish Park. They're gonna stop flying now. I hope one of them face plants. Oh, one of a few of them got hit in the back. No face plants though. That's sad. All right. And with all of the Pokemon and all the wish spells rung, the Wish Park is coming together, and the entrance to Wish Palace is going to be open. So as you see here, there's going to be these extra connectors that are all going to connect each segment of Wish Park to the center island. Alright, so now that that's there, we can go into Wish Palace, which is where the Master is, probably, and also probably where Piplup is, which are 2 things we want to find right now. I guess. Yeah. So, Gothitel's gonna be here. Gothitel's gonna teleport in and be like, heck. And we're gonna be not paying attention to anything she says. She's gonna say, I forget. Finally come this far. The only thing waiting for you in Wish Palace is sadness. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But let's go in. So, this is Wish Palace. Here's Piplup. We found Piplup. This is where Piplup is. So, Piplup is kind of easy right now. Kind of under that mind control stuffs. You know, that Zoroark was under like an hour into the game. So we're gonna do the only thing we know how to do. We're going to mess him up. So we're playing a Snivy, so we're super effective here against Piplup. Combination of Dash Combo, a Leaf Tornado and a Dash Combo, and also I'm going to prepare a Leaf Storm to KO him as soon as he gets back up here. Alright. And then Piplup realizes what happened and runs off. There he goes. And Darkrai shows up. And realizes that, hey, we gotten this far because of our friends. So what is he gonna do? That's right. He's gonna take away our friends. He's gonna take our friends' memories of this away. And we get to talk to them now. We have to talk to all of them. They can't remember a lot. Yep. That's what I just explained. Will forever be in a world for one alone. And this is happening. I don't even know what this is, but it definitely is happening. Oh, okay. I don't know. What emotes do I still have? I still have a few gift subs. I have one from Lilat. I have one from J-Hob still. Do I still have my, I still have my TGH. I still have my Witch's Hex. I think my Proto one ran out. I'm just gonna post a poke, Darkrai. Actually, I have a great idea. There you go. Now Pikachu is very sad because he has no friends, which is something I can very much relate to. Haha. Loneliness. This is a very good looking rain. This is even better looking rain. And some of these reflections in the water. You know who else friends like reflections in the water? There's Pip. I don't understand what happens in this cutscene, actually. Like, this cutscene makes... Oh, okay. It makes sense now. Okay, so Zekrom and Reshiram kind of unheck the hecked up stuff. I didn't put two and two together ever, I think. I think I realized it, but I forgot because this is such a forgettable cutscene. Just that, like, who cares? You know? I mean, it's memorable casually. Yeah. Yeah, that's Reshiram and Zekrom. And we need to make our friends again. Meanwhile, Piplup needs to question mark. Yeah, sure, what you said. So, right now the Dark Vortex is in the sky. And it's a bit too big right now. So we actually will not be able to fly anywhere using Driftling. So for this ending part of the game, we need to go around and make all of our pals back by straight up walking over there and getting said pal back. So, first thing we're gonna go is Seasong Beach, back in the Cove area, where we need to re-friend Oshawott. The second fight against Oshawott can actually be kind of mean here, but it exists. We need to challenge Oshawott to a battle to try and unwind him, retrace his memory of me, Pikachu. He's gonna start with a water gun, and then after that I can get him into a dash combo, into a thunderbolt, into preparing another thunderbolt. At this point, there we go. That can be stupid. I hate to do that. Fight is actually really stupid. So I'm glad it did not go stupidly. Alright, and then we're gonna look for Snivy. Snivy's the second one we need to look for here. As I mentioned earlier, we are not allowed to use Drifloon during this portion because the sky is too... The Dark Vortex is a bit too big right now for us to safely travel through the sky. Alright, so that was that. We're actually gonna, in Cove Town, do one last thing, and that is, if you remember, I said you could upgrade an attack or an HP or a speed. You can upgrade anything that's upgradable, basically. 3 times. And we've only upgraded Oshawott's dash combo twice. So, while we're here in Cove Town on our way to the other 2 areas, we're going to make a pit stop to talk to Duat and upgrade the dash combo for a final time. And this takes 1,000 berries, so that's the last berries in the run. So yeah, all these berries are extras, but just the amount you get from one chest makes this happen. Oh yeah. Alright, that's our dash combos power to level 3. So that's gonna be good for the final boss, which is gonna be, before you know it, we're gonna go back to Pikachu. This part of the game is really the main reason, well, this as well as the Sigilyph fight from earlier are the main reasons why you even upgrade Pikachu's speed at all in this run. Because it's just so helpful for this. Well, you still don't have Snivy. We're gonna go back here to the Arbor area, where we need to go to the tree stump where the berry poster invitation was. Because that's where Snivy and Deerling were when we befriended Snivy. And so, obviously that's where Snivy will be now, because Pokepark. I don't get this game. This game makes no sense. Alright. So, Verdant Court is this way. So I mentioned a lot earlier in the run, when we first got to Verdant Court, that this area had not only some of the meanest stuff in the game, but also some of the most interesting stuff in the game. We're going to be seeing both of those. So, obviously, since we have to chase Snivy again, that's going to be rather mean. But there's going to be one other thing we're going to do here in Verdant Court that is really interesting. And might not be expecting it. I didn't want to switch Pokemon, I wanted to talk to Snivy. So we're gonna challenge Snivy to a game of chase, which is how we're gonna. Alright, so let's hope this chase goes a bit better than it did back in the first time. That's how it should go. I messed it up last time. That's how it should go. Alright, so this is going to take a bit of explaining what I'm about to do, but I'm not going to explain it. I'm just going to let it happen and then explain it. I'm going to go over to this ledge around this corner, and I'm going to tiptoe to the edge of it, switch to Pikachu. I'm going to tiptoe a little more, and I'm going to go into the PAL menu and switch to Pikachu again, and that's going to happen. So, what did I just do? You may be asking. That's a good question. So, in this game, there's kind of a weird thing involving collision where if you can line up perfectly with the edge of a platform and then switch to Pikachu, because Pikachu's hitbox is weird in accordance to Snivy, who's a skinnier character, you will be able to clip into corners, and in that corner, you can actually clip out of bounds and go below the map. And what happens is, when the game recognizes that you are out of bounds below the map, the game will try and, instead of soft locking you and making you infinitely fall, the game will basically say, hey, get out of the void, we're going to put you where you spawned. We're just going to put you in the place where you entered the room. And so that was the entrance to Verdant Court. And it's faster by about 10 seconds to get to back to Windmill Way by using that instead of running all the way back around with Snivy. Why was that Blossom there? Oh, there's a Blossom there. Oh, singing. And there's Tepig over there. The last of the pals we need. We're gonna switch to Oshawott for the battle, just like we did the first time. Alright, so, same as before, we're just going to get in a dash combo. Our dash combo is actually more powerful than before, if you remember, because I upgraded it. So, we just need to... No, that's actually an easier fight this time. Alright. So now we have all our pals back. We need to get back to Wish Palace and... basically end this. This gate's already unlocked, so we just need to heat crash it. It'll play the cutscene. We've already seen the cutscene of the gate opening, so we can skip it. I need to switch back to Snivy. Alright, and that's the last time in the run I'm actually going to be playing as Tepig. Is heat crashing that gate. Because for some reason, despite that gate needing to be heat crashed again, this one is perfectly fine. So you can just waltz right in here. Right over to this poster portal. we have to go back to Wish Park again. Fortunately, the Crag area shake is not one of the harder shakes. We don't have to do something like Cove or Tech. So I'm not worried about this one, especially because now we have like Victini and Embor as friends for this shake, so it's a much easier shake. Yeah, you see joining us was Victini, not Embor, but Victini, which makes it slightly easier. But again, this was already one of the easiest ones, so... Alright, new record. Yeah, again, the game tracks your friendship power that you get on a portal, so you can... you can try and get a high score on the poster opening. Is Pikachu mad? No, Pikachu ain't mad. Pikachu's like, oh yeah. Alright, and then with that, we're gonna go back to Wish Palace. Not jump around the thing, please. Alright, and now that we're here, I accidentally started the battle. How much till done? Probably like 5-ish minutes, except I accidentally started the battle with Snivy, which is gonna waste a little bit of time, but like 5 minutes probably until done. So this is Darkrai. I'm not supposed to be Snivy right now. I thought where the battle started was in a different position than where it actually was. So I'm going to just pause and give up because Snivy's attacks are unupgraded. Fortunately, when we're in this type of battle, it's not a very quick, it's not a very long animation to go to the Pokemon that we want to be. So a very small time loss. But this is Darkrai. So Darkrai is the final boss of the game. This first phase is a very traditional battle where we're just going to have to hit him here. We're going to do the usual stuff. Actually, something interesting is we only have access to this kind of circle. However, Darkrai can be knocked outside that circle. Darkrai can also attack. Darkrai can be knocked outside that circle. So I want to attack him in such a way that he won't get knocked outside that circle. I just knocked him outside the circle, though. So I'm going to use a water gun. I'm going to try and use projectiles here. Hit him from there. I can hit him with a Razor Shell, so after 2 water guns, I'm just going to slap him, and that's going to be the end of the fight. There is a second phase, though. We're going to have to watch a cutscene here, where he's going to be like, no, that's not my final form. And he's going to grow really big. Alright. So, this is going to be the second phase of the Darkrai fight, where he's going to be really big, but he's going to be a stationary target, so we literally just have to go up to him and dash into him. He's going to try and hit us a few times, but eventually there's going to be an attack that's going to be basically unable to hit us, and we're going to be able to kill him during this attack. So since he can't move, we can just constantly dash combo. He's going to do a slam there, I'm going to jump out of the way. Same thing's going to happen here, I'm just going to move out of the way after I finish the dash combo. I messed up, so I got knocked back. But this attack, if I am attacking at the right place, he can't hit me. So I'm going to try and find that right place. Perfect, here we are. And that's the fight against Darkrai. And this is the last time we're going to be playing as Oshawott in the run. So, hope you enjoyed Oshawott. Still have 2 more characters to go through. Alright, so we're gonna switch to Snivy here to get out of Wish Palace. And go back to the park. This is the last time we play a Snivy in the run. So to end off this run, we have a little bit of cutscene. So here we see that the Dark Vortex is very big, and that is very not good. But hey, Reuniclus and Piplup are here. And they're good to have here. So what we're going to learn here is we're going to get into a cutscene after this loading screen. And what we're going to learn here is how to stop the Dark Vortex. But this thing right here, this is the Light Polaritron. Light Polariton. So what we need to do is ring all 4 wish bells at the same time and then have someone carry it into the middle of the vortex. So last gameplay bit before the credits will be ringing the 4 wish bells at the same time. So Oshawott gonna ring the Cake Zone bell, Snivy's gonna ring the Dance Zone bell, Tepig's gonna ring the Power Zone bell, so we have to ring the Tech Zone bell. So when I ring that bell is going to be time, so I make sure you know about that. I just need to go this way. Alright, there's a little cutscene here. Get ready on time, though. It's in, like, 10 seconds. 5, even. Time. That's the game. Next run is basically set up nice. Okay. That was not a very good run. I don't have a timer up, so I don't actually know what my time was, but that was not a very good run.
Snotty.
247. What? No, that's not right. 247? 247.37. That is a 3-minute personal best. My previous personal best was 250. Did I actually get 247 with that bad a run? Oh my god. Deathline's right. It's gonna be so easy to bop him. Alright, yeah, we don't have to watch this. I mean, we can watch the ending. We don't have to watch the credits, though. The credits are really long and boring. But basically, Darkrai is going to take the thing and sacrifice himself to the Vortex. which is going to destroy the vortex, leave him not coming out of it. But hey, everybody who got sucked up already is gonna come back out of it because they're technically not in there. So yeah, there goes the vortex. And there are everybody else. There's Ryanquist, there's Chandelure, there's Tepig, there's Snivy, there's Piplup, there's Oshawott, there's everybody. The gang's all here. World saved. We did it. And these are the credits. We don't have to watch the credits. It's actually going to be really sad because the credits, if you haven't befriended a Pokemon, they will be just a silhouette in these credits. So we're just going to see a ton of silhouettes throughout these credits. And they're really boring and long. Just cut the run. Set up for Quest for Glory with David. That's going to be an exciting run. I'm excited.